We're over here at the woods. The last video we asked you to drop in the comments how many taps you think we ended up with over there. So I guessed 283. I was off by 12. There's actually 271 there right now. Next year we got a kind of a plan to maybe add about 15-20 more, so maybe we can get to 300. So we'll see. But if you guess 271, you're right. And please enjoy the rest of the video. All right, well, we're here at the woods. So what we got to do, a couple things. The line that was down, it was on had a branch on it, so it got stretched. So we'll have to take a chunk out of that to tighten it up. And there was another one with the hook connector broke, so we'll have to replace that and get that line back up. And then behind Megan there, over on that tree, that line's got to come back across the driveway and hook there. And then up where Jim is, there's another one that comes across and catches a tree over here. So we're gonna get those done today. We might work on the main line. We got to split that, so it's going to go into two separate pump boxes. We'll see how long we last. It's pretty cold out. It's about 9 degrees right now. So we'll see how things go. Okay, so here's the one line I was talking about. That branch behind us was laying on it, so it's got a big sag in it. You see Jim's holding it. So I saw somebody come up with this little hack. So this is your two-handed tool, or your hook tool. I don't know what you want to call it. But you use this if you're by yourself, so you can reconnect the line. What he did was he got these ratcheting I don't know, what do you call these, pulleys, I guess. So what you can, there's a little tab here, you just stretch it out. We put it on either side of the tree here. Hook that there. Hook this here, like that. And then I'll take the tension up. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut this T out and then reinsert it with less line. So we'll cut it here, and then what we'll do is heat up the tubing and pull it off. And then we can just reuse the same. What you have to be careful with these is you don't want to dig into the barbs there. Best way I've found to get these off without digging into the barbs is just heat it up with a torch like that. And you grab it with these linesman's pliers, and it usually just rips right off. Just like that. We'll shorten this up a little bit. Take off a little bit more slack. Here's our two-handed tool. Open it up. Oh yeah. Forgot about that. Open that up like that. Or freshly cleaned up tea in here. Just like that. Press it back on. Pop that off of there. And then we just release the tension on this. Just like that. There we go. Back in business. We're all tightened up, ready to go. So we're going to take a quick walk here and make sure there's nothing else we need to address while we're back in this section. And then we'll go up and take a look at those where the main lines are coming off so we can attach our 2 pump boxes up there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have 2 of these pump boxes here. If you remember last year, there was the 2 white coolers, or the 1 white cooler with 1 pump running both lines. Now that we have the new vacuum pump down at the winery, we have an extra pump and pump box. The neighbor over there is we're going to get power from him to run these. So we're going to be running them. We're not have to worry about the batteries and stuff. So what we're going to do is we'll cut this line off here. This will swing over and come into this box on this stand. Then we'll build another stand that sits here. This Y will come out. We'll have to put a coupler in here with a little bit of an extension on it to get into the other pump box, which will sit here. And then they'll both go into the tank. So we need to borrow Jay's tool, his line tool, to do this. And I think we're down into the single digits now. Megan's cold, so we're going to get going. Okay, so we are finally back at the woods. It's been about a week. Actually, I think it was 9 or 10 days since we were here. We've gotten a little more snow. But we're back. We're going to take care of these lines today and get them set up for the 2 pump boxes that are going in here. We're going to be working on them here probably over the weekend. It's supposed to be back down to the single digits. But there's just wanted to show everybody something. Some of you I'm sure know, some of you might not. So we got about, I'd say, close to 2 feet of snow on the ground right now. And what happened is right after the first of the year was warm, what snow we had melted, and then it started snowing. So we just ended up with snow on top of ground that wasn't frozen. So I'm going to hand the phone to Rissa here and show you what we got underneath the snow. Okay, so we're setting these pump stands up, and you can see I shoveled the snow out of here. But what I wanted to show you, and like I said, I'm sure some of you know, some of you might not. We're down to the dirt underneath, and this is just a regular old scoop shovel. And as you can see, the ground is definitely not frozen here. So I found the same thing at the house. I was clearing some snow out so I have a place to park the trailer, or a trailer, and I had to let it freeze up because it was the front wheels of the tractor were sinking in probably 6-8 inches into the mud. It's frozen now, so, and I'm sure this will be frozen after this weekend, but for the most part the ground is not frozen underneath the snow. So I suspect, I might be wrong, I don't know, it's just my guess, when things do warm up enough the sap's going to start flowing, it's going to flow pretty well. Last year we had frost about 3 feet in the ground. It got cold first, then it snowed. So we got frost about 3 feet in the ground last year, and the season never really let loose. It just kind of slogged along. So I suspect, my suspicion is this year it's going to be more of a cut loose when we start getting those good temperature swings, because the ground's not frozen, the roots of the trees aren't frozen. Just my guess, I might be wrong. If anybody's got more insight into that, please feel free to comment. So what I'm going to do is get these hooked up here and just have Rissa video it, and you can see what we get when we're done. Okay, so we're finished up. We got oh, I tore my glove. That stinks. Waterproof leather gloves. Now they got a hole in them. I wonder how that happened. Anywho, so we're all set here. We got, like I showed you, that line's going to go to this pump box. We got our coupler in here, double clamped, and another male or rather a female banjo cam lock, whatever you want to call it, fitting here, and then the other pump box will go here. So we just got to get together with Nate this weekend and get the pump boxes ready to go. I do have 2 outlet hoses to go over to the tank from each pump box, and everything should be all set there. We got to get sometime probably in the next week, we'll get over here and get the cord run over to the neighbor's house and run that over. So we got our power here, but I think we're pretty much ready to go besides tapping here. So I think all we got left to do now is I got a fuel tank, a bigger fuel tank for the vacuum pump at the winery, and all the hoses, fittings, whatever to connect it to. So we got to get that done, and I think that's it other than tapping trees. So we'll wait and see what the weather does. It looks like around the 18th. Today's the 4th, I think today's the 4th of February. I think around the 18th it showed, I think 34, 35 degrees. So maybe we're turning the corner. So we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks. So that's it for now. Thanks for subscribing and watching. Spread the word to friends. We're only 25 away from 100. If we could get there this season, that'd be great. So thanks for your help, and we'll see you in the next one.